Oh, hello. Hello, Charles Campbell. Whoa. Whoa. What? 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 The lag is extreme. This extreme lag, absolutely horrible. That dude wasn't even close. Not even close. Oh, man. Hello, Omar. Lag. He wasn't even. Look at this. Look at this lag. Look at that. Look at that lag. Look at that lag. Look at his lag. That is insane. Dude, these people are all lagging. The lag is. Look at this dude. He lags so bad. That is incredible lag. Incredible. How can you have lag like that? Facing, not even coming close. This game is horrible. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. They're all lagging. They're all lagging. Every one of them is lagging. It is unbelievable. Bear, these people all lag. It is unbelievable. The lag is insane. Oh, you lag so bad. Your internet is so horribly bad. What? That is so horribly bad. This game is done. It is nothing but bad internet people playing. I mean, it is horrible. This is so horrible. So horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. Absolutely horrible. The person who's lagging, that Super Brains, has the nerve to send me a friend request lagging like that. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Lofty Break, your internet is so horribly bad. If you were on my friends list, it'd be an embarrassment to me. No way. Like, that dude and these dudes lag so bad, dude. It's so bad. These people, they don't even face you. And they're getting kills. Oh, I'm going to shoot this oak tree. I'll just do like this to shoot the torchwood. All I got to do is do this and he's dead. Hello, Jay. The Illini, what about them? All I had to do was give one hard foul to Sanford, and that would have been the end of his hot streak in the first half. But we live in a world where basketball is soft as baby poo, and nobody can hard foul. All you like in my video, all you had to do was go try to block his shot, and then allow your arm to come down on his face, and that's all you had to do. Who's the best player on the basketball team? Well, the basketball team, because they have so many people on that team, it's tough. It's tough to get that team, tougher to get that team to be together, because you have so many people I mean, that's unbelievable. You know, like, say if imagine you know, if it was just like Keaton and you know, maybe another decent little player, you know, they might be able to be a better team. They just have too many people on the team. It's going to be tough. Because Stojakovic, you know, he would be better if he could have more attention on him. Keaton has shown what he can do. Boswell can even do things at times. These people are poor and they lag horribly bad. I cannot stand this game now. So all Illinois needs to do is come out with a starting five with a balance of people that can do really good and who can play a role, and then put in another five to come in and do something. Like, you don't need I don't think you need Keaton and Stojakovic on the court at the same time. Well, Tommy is suffering from all the players on the team. Tommy just doesn't get enough touches. So there's just too many. You got too many people on the team. Remember last year, Tommy was used more. Tommy was like a point center. Tommy hardly gets the ball now. They don't really think about him. They don't even really think about getting him going. Because you got Keaton to deal with, Boswell to deal with. Then you got everybody. I think sometimes you just got to they're gonna have to, what I would do, I would start the game trying to get Tommy involved. Try to get Tommy going. Get him in the game, try to get Tommy going. If it goes well, then keep it going. If it doesn't go well, then do something different. But with any big man, you know, Tommy can't get things going on his own. He needs the guards to get him going. Like I said last year, you know, Tommy was getting the ball a lot. He was involved with the game a lot, and he played pretty decently. This year, you know, he's not really getting the ball. They're really not using him. So I just think, you know, next game, go into it and give Tommy the ball. Get him involved. Let's see what happens. The guards need to get him involved, and let's see what he can do. Yes, swirl the world. They just got to. That's why Brad Underwood's getting paid millions of dollars. He's got to figure out combinations that can work together. But in my opinion, you start off the game trying to get Tommy going. Because Keaton can get his offense anytime. Slovakovic can get his offense anytime. Boswell can get his offense anytime. So I don't worry. I would tell them we got to get Tommy going. When this game starts, we got to get Tommy going. Let's see what we got in Tommy tonight. And then you can get your guys' stuff anytime. That's no big deal. But you got to put somebody on the bench, though. Either you got to put Keaton on the bench or you got to put Slovakovic on the bench, because you need one of them to come off the bench and provide that. Let them go on. Let them go on their scoring little runs. So if I was Brad, if I was Brad Underwood, that's what I would do. I would tell Tommy. I would tell Keaton or Andre, one of you is coming off the bench and you're going to be a scorer off the bench. You're going to come in and you're going to score. So which one of you want to do it? Because that's what your job's going to be. If you're old enough, you'll remember the microwave from the Detroit Pistons. If you remember Vinny the microwave did nothing but come off the bench and provide offense. That's what we need. One of them guys need to do it. And then also, somebody like Ben, like Jake Davis and Ben. Here's what drives me crazy. Why is it every other team can get a white player that has the potential to get on a hot streak and drop 26 points and a half, or even in a game, and how come we get the white dudes who can't do nothing? I just don't understand that. Jake Davis, when you hear that he's on fire in pregame, and he goes into the game and only takes 1 3, that's a problem. There's a problem there. Ben and Jake, they need, once again, Brad Underwood's getting paid millions of dollars. He's got to get this going. You got to tell Jake and Ben, if you guys know if you're on. You guys know if you're feeling it. If you're feeling it and it's on, shoot the ball. Because right now, I don't. To me, if you're not scoring on offense, you're worthless. It's not like Ben or Jake Davis are some kind of elite defenders, elite rebounders. And I don't care if they try their best, that's not good enough. If you're going to be out there, you got to make threes. Once again, every other team, they have players that are wide open that make threes. So why can't you guys do it? So in a perfect world, Illinois would start the game. They would give Tommy the ball, see if they can get him going. And then Jake or Ben, when they're open, they would make their threes like any respectable white guy. You go to you can go to the YMCA, go to the playground, NBA, you can go anywhere you want to. Anybody who's white automatically should make wide open threes. I mean, automatically. So that's what Ben and Jake need to do. No excuses. Make the threes. That would help. And then you have Andre come off the bench and be a scoring machine off the bench. He goes in there just to score. Give him the ball, get out of his way, let him score. That's what he does. So that's fine. But that's what we need to do. And Milo, I don't know what's going on with Milo. They just got a lot of players on that team. There's only one basketball, and you got 5 people. So that's up to Brad to figure out combinations, rotations. But that's what I would do. As far as the football team's concerned, you know, they're just a mediocre program that will never achieve anything. And hello, Governor, the fact that the Indiana Hoosiers have a Heisman winner, #1 in the country, back-to-back playoffs. I mean, oh my gosh, dude. You know, I was looking at the story of that Kurt, the head coach for Indiana. I was looking at his story. So he's coaching, coaches with Saban, leaves there, and everywhere he goes, he makes them into a winner. They were losers, but he goes there and makes them to a winner. Everywhere he's ever been, he's immediately turned them into winners. And then, so what if Illinois would have fired Bielema and would have hired this Kurt dude? Where would we be right now? It's unbelievable. So it's very disappointing to see Illinois football. They're just never going to be anything. Yeah, so Illinois will play Tennessee, and we'll see how many people don't play in the game. You know, Gabe Yakis ain't playing in the game. Like I said, if Illinois, though, would have made their free throws, they could have still won that game against Nebraska. But they just missed too many free throws. So that's why I would say you got to make your free throws all the time. You got to make them. You got to make them. Well, you guys ready for Christmas? Well, my liberal must have seen that you put that. All right. No, Governor. I'm gonna do ribeye steak. Ribeye steak and baked potato. What are you gonna have? As long as they can meet at the end, they will be. Ham, dressing, rolls, and potatoes. Sounds good. I'm gonna have some ham this week. Actually, I took out some ham that I froze after Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have some ham this week. Saturday night, the Bears play the Packers at 8 o'clock at night Eastern time. So that's what I'll be watching. Was it between Southern and Soul Food? You still got people. You still got people that would, still people that like to eat the kind of food that you would have ate as a slave. Eat like pig knuckles and pig snouts and chitlins and stuff that pigs would eat. Now, that's one thing that blows my mind. I'll never understand. Why are you eating the food that is served to pigs? You're a human. So that's just something I'll never understand. And of course, collard greens. Yeah, I would first eat a bowl of leaves before I ate chitlins, pig's knuckles, pig noses, and all that other disgusting stuff. Give me the ham. Give me ham and bacon from the pig. So some people, they just it's a strange thing. So basically, soul food like that is what you would go to where the pigs are, and you would get the food they eat and put some seasoning on it and then eat it. If that's not disgusting, I just don't know what is. Well, that's disgusting. Yeah, during the slavery, they would have shared their food with the pigs. The slave master, they get the ham and the bacon, and you get the stuff that they give to the pigs. And of course, all the regions of America have their own spices, their own flavors of how they like food, and so. Like where Oklahoma, Texas, they're into the dry rub. They don't really do that barbecue sauce stuff really. They're into the dry rub. Where you can go to Kansas City, Memphis, and they're about that barbecue sauce. So it all depends where you live. Like if you lived in Louisiana, you have to imagine you'd be a fan of Cajun food, gumbo and all that stuff. I would have to imagine you'd be a fan of it. Yeah, there's good food in this world, that is for sure. Man, usually what I try to tell people, if you're the type of person and the only food you've really eaten is your mom's food, that's pretty much all you know. You're missing out on good food out there. I'm always looking for whatever the best food is. That's why when I see people, you ask them what's your favorite food or whatever, and yeah, people saying their favorite food is McDonald's, I cry. That's sad. When your favorite food is McDonald's, which I wouldn't even give that food to a dog. That's just sad. I'm just thankful that where I live, I don't have to eat dog food. I'm thankful I have access to food that people travel around the world to come and get. And I've talked to lots of people that just they don't know anything, and then I take them to places, and then they have it, and their minds are blown. Yeah, if you're starving and McDonald's is the only thing given to you, then yes, I agree. But to have money in your pocket and that's the place you choose to go, I feel bad for you. I really do. That's sad. When you got something like Culver's, if you got a Culver's by you, and Culver's is premium, no question about it. Culver's is really good. Yeah, I'll take Burger King over McDonald's any day. Any day. But I'll take Culver's over those. And if you ever come across Portillo's, that's number one. I would say Portillo's number one. And I would say Culver's, Shake Shack, stuff like that, number two. But Portillo's is even better than Culver's. When you go to Portillo's, what they do, they have this conveyor belt, and they put the burger at the end of the conveyor belt, and it goes through fire, and then it comes out the other end done. And when I tell you, does it taste good? And they also do that to their grilled chicken sandwich. They put the chicken on the end, it goes to the fire, comes out done. Tastes so good. Yeah, if you can ever eat at a Portillo's, man, definitely do it. You won't regret it. Yeah, I've never been to a Buc-ee's. I've seen it on YouTube, but I've never been to a Buc-ee's. And Portillo's has good everything. Fries, onion rings, burgers, chicken sandwiches, Italian beefs. You know, something that most people don't have that's good is a thing, we call it a pizza puff. A pizza puff is where they take pizza ingredients, you know, wrap it around a dough, and then you fry it. Not to be confused with a hot pocket, which is disgusting, or anything like, or a calzone or nothing like that. It's just we call it a pizza puff. And I was shocked that apparently we're the only ones that know about that and have that. And I found that to be shocking. Because everybody should get to have a pizza puff, but they're really good. Tweaker, who's winning? The Steelers are winning. Steelers at home, have to win, must win game. If they lose that game, then it's over for them. But this is why you brought Aaron Rodgers in onto your team. You just had dinner? I like gyros too. Gyro sandwiches. Those are good. Tell you too, every once in a while, every once in a blue, I say about once every once every 3 months, something like that, I'll go and get some White Castle. White Castle is a very unique food. There's nothing that tastes like a White Castle. It's just a unique little food. But it's good, and once every 3 months or so, I'll get it. Yeah, he's out, but still, it's a must-win game. I mean, this is why Aaron Rodgers is on the team. I'm not saying that the Steelers cannot lose. I'm just saying Pittsburgh, a must-win game for their playoff life. I would imagine that they could get a win in Pittsburgh in December versus Miami. I would think it'd be very safe to assume if the Dolphins go into Pittsburgh and they win, then hey, guess what? Their fan, shame on Pittsburgh. You lost at home in December to a Florida team. That's your shame. And their season will be over. But we will see. Well, I see for the Packers, I see Micah Parsons hurt his knee, so that's gonna really hurt the Packers. Then Christian Watson, he might not play against my Bears this week. That'll really hurt them. But I can't feel bad because Chicago Bears have played a handful of games without any of their starting corners, without any of their starting linebackers, and they still managed to win games. So well, the advantage always goes towards the throughout the history of football. The cold weather teams always have an advantage naturally, but it's not impossible. It's not like it's some impossible thing to win in the cold. But because the Cowboys suck. There's a lot of bad teams in the NFL this year. There's a lot of bad teams. And then Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL. When their season's over. Well, if you're a Dolphin fan and you want the Dolphins to win, I think they definitely have a chance to win. It's not like Pittsburgh's some great team. They're struggling. So there's reason to have hope. I will say this. In the AFC, you would have to say that the Bills and the Broncos are the two teams that will Between them two teams, one of them is going to go to the Super Bowl. Well, there's not one team in the NFL that's just so dominant, that's just so great. So that's one thing. But the Broncos, the problem is if you give them home field advantage, that's your problem. Because the Broncos at home, that's going to be, there's only one team in the AFC who could probably beat them at home. That would be the Bills. Because the Bills did go into New England and they got a win. So they showed something. Now, don't forget about the Seahawks. I mean, Seahawks got a good record, but you know, how good are they really? But a lot of these teams, they had easy schedules, so they were able to take advantage, get a lot of wins. But like I always say, if you're going to have these teams that were supposed to be in the playoffs, if they go down, somebody's got to rise up. Somebody has to take the place of the Chiefs, the Ravens, the who else? Any other team. You know, based on last year, you would think that the Bills would have been threatening to go undefeated. Well, that didn't happen. Well, we'll see. You know, we still got 3 games left. And we'll see. One thing about it, though, you always want to be at home if you can. It's always nice being at home. Yeah, three huge games left too. every game is going to count big time. You still have divisions hanging in the balance. Overall, first seeds hanging in the balance. So you're gonna have playoff games the last 3 games. So basically, the playoffs start this week. They can, but will they? We will see. If the Bills want to be a serious team, they got to beat them. The Bears went in there and easily beat them. If the Bills want to be serious, they got to go in there and beat them. But it's gonna be a good last 3 weeks. Like I said, every game is a playoff game. There's gonna be a lot of teams playing for. Got a lot to play for, and it starts tonight. Pittsburgh, they know they cannot lose a game. They know if they lose a game, it's over. So they're playing. There's a playoff. The Dolphins, Miami knows. If they lose this game, it's going to be over. So, we got a lot of people playing for it. Yeah, Philly's just it's not the best team. That's sometimes things just happen, Because people like I tell people, people watch film. They like to see what you love to do all the time, and sometimes you have good enough players to where even though they know what you're going to do, you can still do it. And that's what the Eagles were doing. The whole world knew what the Eagles were doing. But they had good enough players that even though you knew that's what they were doing, they still could do it to you. It's not, and that's not the case right now. They don't have all those players that are just so good that they could just do what they do with you knowing it, but now you can actually stop them. So that's the difference. When you have the players that are just so good, they can know what you're doing, they can't stop it. But when you no longer have those players that are so good, now you got to do something different. So that's what's happening to the Eagles. But I'm going to get off this game, and I'll be back with something else. Jamming out.